Cubs. Prepare for landing. Hello, hello.
Can I get a cub check? Cub check, cub check. How do we sound? How are we doing? Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is good to see you all. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to come cozy up with the gang and enjoy a little bit of whimsy. Because if there's one thing we're good at, it's bringing the whimsy. And so that is what we're hoping to bring today. Very excited for today's stream. Very excited for today's stream. We have something a little different to do today. Something we haven't done in a while. We've talked about it, but we haven't actually gotten to it. And I figured, hey, you know what? Today might be a good time to give it a try. Give it another go and hope that I have enough desk space for it, because it's a little rough. It's a little rough. Just when I upgrade my desk space and remove a bunch of stuff, I realize I still don't have enough desk space. So, but that is I guess that's just how it goes. All right. Okay. All right, chat. I think we're ready. However, I will say 5 seconds into the stream and I've already lost a Lego piece. And I've looked everywhere. And if you can believe it, I cannot find it. We're off to a great start. Anyway, let's just do it and hope that this piece randomly doesn't find its way at the bottom of my foot at some point over the next foreseeable future. All right, chat, I'm a little nervous. I have not done an art stream in a while. We were going to do some decorative thingamajigs. And then I said, maybe we can mix it up a little bit. There is a Lego set that has been sitting in the closet for quite some time. I have not done anything with it in forever. And I thought to myself, I said, maybe we bring back the art streams. Maybe we mix it up a little bit. Just bring a different kind of whimsy to the Cub House. And so today we're going to be doing that. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm going to actually need your opinion on which format we should use for this. Think of us as Bob Ross, the Bob Ross of cozy and whimsical. Unless that makes no sense at all, which is very possible. Anyway, we're like Bob Ross if Bob Ross wasn't Bob Ross. You know what I mean? Anyway, chat, we have two formats that I've been going between. I can't decide which one to use. That is where you come in. We have format 1. It feels like this is decent. You can kind of see it. more or less, right? Semi, kind of. Format 2. Different, but not really. Format 1. All the things, right? Very cozy, very comfortable. Format 2. More of the things, still cozy, still comfortable. What are our thoughts? I need to see a 1 or a 2 in chat. You don't have to say much, but you have to say that because I can't decide. Also, we're building a what's it called? We're building an office themed Lego set. As you can see, it's office themed. This is what it's going to look like, which is amazing. Ideally, when we're finished, it'll look like this. This is what we have so far. It's not much. It's not much. I haven't worked on this in over a year. This is as far as I got the first time. You have Michael's office. As you can see, Michael's office. You have the entryway. You've got Kevin. You've got Pam. Pam. You've got the main office space. That is what we're going to be working on today. So I hope that we enjoy this sort of something a little different. And yeah, I'm excited. We're just gonna get on started here. I have a lot of pieces that I don't know what they do. This random umbrella. So I might have to go back in my little book here and try to figure out where some of these pieces go, because this is where I stopped. This was part 7, as you can see. But yeah, I don't know where I left off with some of these things. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I had finished Pam's area, as you can see. Pretty nice. And then, yeah, I think it's looking pretty nice. It's looking very similar. And so, yeah, I'm excited. Let's begin. I think we're just going to start at part 7. I already have the pieces. And so I just have to grab some of the characters here and hopefully find a place to put all this stuff, because there is it's feeling a little crammed here. I will tell you that, chat, but that's okay. I'm just going to put it over here. Yeah, I think that's a little better. That's better. Chat, I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for joining me. It means the world to have you in here today, hanging out a little bit. I'm gonna be a little all over the place today because I haven't finalized exactly how I want these art streams to look, but once a week you can expect to see us here doing a little arts and crafts. I have a number of different crafts that I'd like to tackle over the foreseeable future, and I figured, why not bring chat along on the journey? And so, yeah, let's begin. I don't know where to put this book. This book is massive. It's absolutely massive. And here's the thing. My mic is kind of like in the way. Hold on. We're going to fix this. Hold on. Just bear with me. Okay. I think that might be a little better. Might be. Jury's still out on that one. This is just how it's going to be for now. Anyway, got our little book here. I'm just going to set it over here. We've got our pieces. This is what's left of part 7. As you can see. And some random little pieces in here. I hope you Hope you like plastic ASMR. I didn't hate it. All right. So it says part 7. It says we build the foundation, right? We've got Dwight here. As you can see, we've got little Dwight. We've got Jim, aka Jimothy. And we've got let's see. Where's her? We got Angela. And we got her little baby poster. If you can remember it from that episode with the baby poster. Why is it not? I'm like in the wrong spot. Holy moly. Maybe it'll focus at some point. Who knows? Anyway. Is this the office? It is. It is the office theme replica that I'm finally trying to push myself to finish. Because I just don't finish things. And so we got Dwight holding his Shroot Bucks. If you remember. If you know, you know. But yeah, I really want to finish this. And so I figured it would be a fun little art stream for us to tackle. He's got his little, look at that. Don't mind my finger. I cut myself yesterday pretty badly, randomly, moving too fast, doing too much at once. And I got a big old boo-boo. Rip my finger. Okay. So we got this. We got this. This is done. We got this. Okay. Or at least I think we got that. What is this stuff? I'm pretty sure we did this. Yeah, pretty sure we did this. Okay, yeah. This is where we are, chat. As you can see, we have this. And we have this. An almost exact replica. Now, what do we do from here? If there's two things that you should know that I'm terrible at building, it's Legos and pretty much any sort of furniture. Somehow when it comes to furniture, I always find myself putting it on backwards. I don't know how, but it happens every time. I get to the very end of building a project and then realize that the left leg is on backwards or the right leg is on backwards, or the table was supposed to be this direction, not that direction. That messed the whole thing up. Also putting on clothes. Somehow, some way, I managed to put on shirts backwards every time. Every time. It's my biggest pet peeve. Anyway. Okay. So we have this. I think this is where we are now. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, we have the desk. Okay. This is desk. Desk. Now we were trying to put a computer on it. I don't know where a computer would be, but... And a little keyboard, too. I think Angela was holding her poster. I'm just going to put that right there. Looking good. Looking good. All right. So now we got drawers. We need a little laptop space now. So I'm going to open these up. Pardon my ASMR. It's a little messy. A little bit of a scuffed stream. But would it be a stream if it wasn't scuffed? I don't think so. Now, I don't know where I would find a keyboard. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So the keyboard, it says is supposed to go right here. thing here. Like so. And then it's supposed to have a computer screen or something. No idea where. Let's see. A lot of random little flowers and stuff too. I must have just thrown stuff in this bag. And hoped I wouldn't notice. There's random chairs here. Yeah, I don't know where these other pieces... Oh, here we go. Found it. Thanks a lot, chat. All right, so that goes there. I guess it just kind of twists on or something. Not bad. Not bad. All right. There's other random pieces that we're missing. Now, some of these pieces might have gotten lost when I moved, so it may not look perfect, but we're going to try to make it look as good as possible. There was a phone, too. Nope. No idea. No idea. We'll find it at some point. I'm sure it's somewhere. It's somewhere around here. But we'll just put it, we'll put it as well as we can for now. We do have this little piece that we'll put here. A little piece there. But we are missing one or two smaller pieces. We got the phone. And I think this is part of it. Yeah, no worries. We'll find it. So that was supposed to be this part. I think we'll just keep on moving here. Oh, do we have a cup? Like a cup? There's a coffee mug. I think. All right. Well. Also, there was a lamp that we had somewhere. No idea where to put it though. A lot of different pieces. I think I'm just gonna go back at some point and look through some of these other, like what I had already built, and then see. But for now, we're just gonna keep moving forward for now. Okay. So this is what it's supposed to look like. So we're going to put a phone here. Let's see if I have any of those. So I have the phone. And then this is the little thing that holds it. So I guess it goes like this. And then the holder. And then the phone. Oh, look at that. Oh, got a little phone. And Coin, thanks for stopping in. All right. So we got that. What is this piece? Oh, it's like a You see this? It's like a little light thing. But I don't know where it's for. I think a lot of these pieces are from other things that we had kind of been creating, but oh, I think this is the green piece. That was going to be next to the, it kind of goes here, and then a coffee pot next to that. Yes, okay, all right. We're getting somewhere. And then I'm going to move the rest of those to the side. Oh, wait, I already built it. Ripperonis. It's already right here. It's this thing. Chat, why didn't anyone tell me this? That's why I couldn't find anything. It's already here. My gosh. My goodness. Chat, how could you? How could you lead me astray like this? Okay. Well, there we go. It's got the phone. It's got the lamp. It's got the monitor. Boop, boop. It's got the keyboard. It's got all the good stuff. All right. Well, I don't know what I was building here. Another desk? All right, so that's done. So now, put that desk there, and then there you have it. Fancy little desk. Now, next up, okay, that's where this one comes into play. Now we have a second desk. Desk number 2 that has to be built. This one is going to have this little statue, but it will have this coffee mug. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these things. I guess this tool is supposed to help you. Oh, it's kind of handy. All right, so now we put we got the phone. We kind of built it backwards a little bit. And I think that piece goes here. Yeah. Chat, I'm going to pan down for just a second, just so it's easier to see. So, let's see. Chat, is that better? Let's see. Maybe if I zoom in. Maybe that's better. That might be better. But I could always zoom out a little bit, so it's like easier to see. And Plum, welcome in. Good to see you. All right, I'll leave it like that for now. Okay, so as you can see, so we're going to put this little, I think this is the bobblehead. And that's going to go there. And then the thing for the phone is going to go right next to it. And then the actual phone. Oh. Okay. And then the mug that we had. Then the mug is going to go. But it doesn't need, I guess it doesn't need this piece. Or this piece now. But it is going to have the mug. And it's going to have this, which is, I guess, going to be a little placard for name tags. Oh, I got a wee little boo-boo. Probably not the best day to do an art stream. Or you can see my terrible little finger. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Oh no, I put it on wrong. Rip. Rip. All right, I think we got it. Yes, there we go. There we go. How do I? It doesn't want to focus. It doesn't want to focus, chat. It doesn't want to focus. That's okay, though. All right, but at least we can put this here now. There we go. This is Dwight's desk. Nice. All right. It comes with a bunch of stickers too, that you're supposed to use, but I don't know. I feel like I'm missing a few pieces to do that with. Oh, I think I got one. Okay. Okay. So we need one of these. Yeah. Yeah. We need one of these. Good stuff. And then we need to put the sticker on this one. This little guy. Which should be nice. And this is going to be a phone. Dwight's phone. I don't know which way it's supposed to go, though. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? That's the beautiful thing about this. Oh no. I think I did put it on backwards. Oh, chat, I think I did put it on backwards. Like, how the heck was this supposed to go? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, no. It's only mildly awful. That's all right. Okay. Now, once that's done, now it looks like we put a keyboard, right? My gosh, why do these pieces keep falling off? Holy moly, Chad. I have so much respect for people who do like art streams because like this is kind of tough. It's a little challenging. Maybe it's just me. Okay, it says we're supposed to have a mouse. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, the mouse is going to go here. So now you have a keyboard, and a mouse. And then we have to kind of build the same thing that we did before for the other desk. We have to build that as well. So we have our tiny little piece here. We've got a little stand. We've got a little monitor. And on that monitor, we got to put number 10. I don't know where number 10 is. Oh, I was like, this can't be all of them. Okay, here we go. What? Oh, there we go. I was like, where did it go? Like disappeared. All right. Then we have number 10, which once we put it on here, it's going to go like this. My gosh, the stickers are, I think, the hardest part. Just getting them on and getting them even. Okay. But it's like good enough, you know? It's good enough, right? It's good enough. Okay. And then, yeah. So we got that done. And then you put that on the corner of the desk on, I guess, a little square spot or little rectangle. Oh, so like this. Yes, yes, beautiful. Beautiful. And then you put, what I love about this thing too is it has so many little Easter eggs from the show. And so if you've ever watched the show, there's lots of little sayings in it that just add to it. Like the fact that Dwight has a couple of throwing stars. He has a couple of throwing stars in his desk is just very funny. I'm just going to put that there. And then we got this one. And we're going to throw it in here. So yeah, they're in his desk. Kind of hilarious. I don't think both of them will fit though. So maybe I'll put one there. And then I'll put one in this other drawer. Yeah. Good. Good. All right. I love that the desk have actual drawers. Isn't it wonderful? Like actual drawers. Okay. Throwing stars are in there. And now this desk has to face away from the green blocks. So I don't know if something goes in the middle or not, but it's going to look something like this. We're just going to get it stuck there. Okay. And there you have it. You have Jim's desk and you have Dwight's desk. All right. Looking pretty good, I will say. I must admit. All right, so now... Oh. He has a sword. That's so funny. There's a little sword that is between Jim and Dwight's desk. And so on here, we're going to take this little guy, little sword here, and tuck it in into the desk. Like, what is this? Oh, I love it. Little things that you might have missed, I guess, in the show. Well, this one's not coming out. There we go. Okay. And I guess the joke is that Dwight always has random weapons everywhere surrounding. Like in The Office, there's a whole episode about it. I think it's the episode where he stops Roy from attacking Jim, and and he speaks about all the weapons that he has strategically placed around the office. And I just think it's so funny that this Lego set actually listened to that and implemented it. It's so funny. All right, so enough of my rambling. So now we're on this part. And so now we have to put two of these blocks. So we need one of these, and we need one of these. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Very nice. Good stuff. Okay, so that's gonna go here. Okay. Next page. Oh, and then there's another box. This box. All right. Looks good. Tom, thanks so much for the love. I hope you're having a good one too. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I don't know where I'm like trying to read. My mic is in the way. Hold on. All right, I hope this is better. I hope you can still hear me here. I just like cannot see anything with my mic in the way. Okay. I need to find a way to get like an overhead one, a little overhead mic or something. Anyway. Okay, so now we have, take one of these, right? Goodness gracious, I'm still missing a piece. My goodness. Okay, so we need one of these. One of these. Oh, wow, you need 3 of these, actually. You need 3 more. And we need this one, and then we need this one. They're going to face opposite directions of each other. And then this piece in the middle. Not really sure what we're building, but I'll put this piece in the middle. And then put a green piece on top of that. Chat, I hope you're feeling the cozy right now. I hope so. And then we'll put 3 pieces stacking on top of each other. My goodness, it's so easy to lose pieces though. It's almost too easy. Meg, thank you so much for the hydrate. Thank you, thank you. Definitely Mr. Roberts neighborhood vibes. I suppose that's a good thing. Everyone loves Mr. Rogers. All right, and then underneath it, we have 3 of these tiny little pieces. Maybe we should just make this a series chat where we just build Lego sets. I think that might heal an inner child thing. Perhaps. So I guess that goes here. Then we put one of these on. Very peculiar looking. That'll get expensive fast. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe not. So this is 26. Oh, it's the radio station. All right. So now, I don't know. Oh, we have a yellow one and an orange one. Oh, is it like making a house or something? Interesting. And then, so we put that piece on top. And then we put these 2 side pieces. And then we put the stapler in Jello, a classic, an absolute classic. All right. And then that goes on this side. Oh, so it's just a bunch of books and stuff, and then the stapler and Jello. That's kind of neat. All right, now we got to build a couple of plants. As you can see, we got some plants to build. Lots of different plant options. I'm only going to move my mic about 12 more times this stream. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But we will get it right, though. I'm just trying to free up space here. It is a big Lego set, and so having the space that you need for it is a bit tough. But that's all right. We're still going. So it looks like you put like one of these little planters or something. Oh no, it's one of these. Okay. And then another one on top. And then the plant, and then another green one, and then, or no, actually we need another one of these, kind of facing the other way, and then a green one on top of that, and then another flower, or another, I guess, random leafy thing. And then another leafy thing, maybe going the other way. And then another top. And then a flower. Oh no, I broke it. Oh. All right. And then another one. I'm running out of these things. And then a flower on top. And a flower on the side, of course. And then what we have is a giant long tree thing. No idea what it is. And Angie, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you. Way too kind. How's it been 6 months already? Holy moly. Thank you so much for the continued support. Truly. So this is what we're left with. It's a little odd, we'll say. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's a little leafy green thing. Well, happy little tree. And then you put, this last one on the top. I don't know why I keep saying put this one on the top. It does not fit. Oh, maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. Oh, yeah. It's the wrong way. Then you put the final leaf here. Okay, this is tough. This one is not staying. Okay. And now you put it... Oh, this is what this was for, like a little flower pot. Now we have a little flower pot. Kind of nice. And then, of course, with the 2 seats that we had, you got to have people sitting in them. And so we'll take 1 round piece here. We'll put it at Dwight's desk. All right, we'll take 1 round piece here. We'll put it at Jim's desk. I don't know if I can see this one. All right. Now we have seats. Wait, are we supposed to put the... I guess we're not supposed to put them sitting at the seats. Maybe they're somewhere else. I wonder if you get the choice to put them where you want. Like if we wanted to put them sitting down, could we? Not really. Probably just leaves it up to you. Okay, I'm gonna have them standing at their desks for now, just to further complete the space. And then maybe we'll decide from there where we want to put them. I guess they also don't have to be holding their items, but I'm trying to be consistent. All right. So that's done. Now we're on number 8. Which gives us, I think, Angela or Meredith and Toby. I think. All right. So now, I don't know what all these pieces are, but I always try to build the characters first because that I feel like the easiest. And then from there we can get to the more challenging stuff. Yeah, it's very good stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right. So I think this Lego set's going to get a lot bigger because we have to build out this way to get to the accounting section and then Meredith section. Oh, this is, I said Toby, you know, this is actually Creed. Yeah. I love that it comes with a bat. That's hands down one of the best episodes. All right. So this is Creed. Good stuff. Okay, so we got these two. Look at them. Very nice. All right, so I don't see the bat though. Oh, it's in here. Okay. We'll worry about that later. But they're both holding something, so maybe I should open this and get the little accessories out too. So Meredith has a little coffee cup. I don't know how you hold this. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you how do you make it so that she's holding it? That's weird. Just push it straight in so it clicks. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. Maybe she's not supposed to hold it. I don't know. It says she is. She is clearly holding the coffee mug. But I cannot seem to get that to work. Now, Toby's also holding something. Maybe we can get that to work a little bit easier. Oh, yeah. Let me see the cup size. It's bigger than her hand. Definitely bigger. You know? It inserts where you push her hand in it. The bottom part only. Does it go over the hand? Maybe it just sits on... Yeah, maybe it just sits like that. Doesn't actually click, though. It feels like it's going to fall off, though. With that. But it does stay. But maybe... Yeah, maybe as long as you just don't do anything or touch it at all, it just kind of slips on top there, you know? I guess that'll work. He's holding it now, technically. All right. And then, of course, Creed was holding something. Yeah, it looks like it goes right over his hand, too. Okay. And so now we are building... We're building out. I don't know how to connect Michael's desk with the rest of this, but hopefully there's a piece that connects it at some point. I very well may have lost it. It's very possible. And Katie, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Just made myself some food and now I can relax. Oh, nice. What'd you have? What are we having today? All right, so we need one of these and one of these in the corner. And then we need one of these and another one of these. We need a couple of these. All right. Then we need another rectangle piece. Chat, did I do this wrong? It says this rectangle piece is supposed to cover. It clearly does not. So either this piece is too long, I'm using the wrong piece, or maybe that was this piece that I took. Yeah, I think that was the piece, and then this piece is supposed to be a long one. There we go. Okay, I think that might be better. We'll see. Ramen with no broth because 90 degrees at 10 p.m. It's diabolical, and some turkey bacon. Oh, that sounds nice. All right. So that's better. We got it. Then we put a yellow piece connecting them across like so. Simple enough. And then this white piece connecting them like so. Then we flip it. As you can see, this is what it should look like. And then we take this rectangle piece, we put another corner here. Good stuff. And then that connects all of it like so. Moving on, then we take these gray pieces and we put them on the corners here. We get one there. We got a smaller one here. Then we put one here. And there's one is like an L shape. And then that goes. I guess that goes here. That's kind of interesting. And then we take some of these beige pieces, one of those, and then we need a corner piece like so. And then we need another longer piece and then a 2. I think we're just creating the annex, I think is what this part is. And now we go backwards. We put a 3. another longer piece. Another 2. But these pieces have railings. I guess that's what I should look for. So this 2 with a railing. This longer piece with a railing. And then another 2 with a railing. So far, so good. Then we need a single block. Then we need a 4. Then we need 2 window panes, but we have to actually put the windows in. I don't know how to do that. Chad, how do you put the windows in? I guess there's a wrong way to do it too. We would like to try to avoid putting the windows in the wrong way. Oh man, this is tough. These windows are not agreeing. Is that an office Lego set? It is. Okay. Does it open though? I guess the windows don't open, so it doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter which way we put it in. I thought the windows opened. So now we can just go get a little crazy with it. All right. So I'm going to assume you just put them in like the outside way, like so. Then we need another 4. Then a longer piece. Oh, a really long piece that stretches all the way across. Like so. Then we need a 3. And then one that stretches almost to the corner. Then we need a 4. We need a 1. Then another 1. Which is kind of cool. Seeing it all kind of come together, you know? Okay. Okay, so now we do... This window does matter because it's supposed to open outside. So there is a right way. Jeez Louise. I barely got the other windows in the right way, you know? Okay, so then it needs to be this way so that... Look at that. Hello, windows. That's fun. But I think it... Okay, I think it still needs another row. So it needs a 1, and then a 4, and then a 4, another 4. So many 4s. And then 1 going all the way across. Good stuff. All right. Oh, wait, was I supposed to put blinds? Oh, rip and a half. I was supposed to make them look like blinds. Shoot. We need 46. Chat, I got it. I got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. We can fix this. I wonder if I'm supposed to put it in. Like, which way am I supposed to put it in? I guess I was supposed to put this on before. Okay, that still looks good. That still looks good. It still works out. They got little blinds. All right, so now the final pieces. We got another. It's a very large wall. So we're gonna put the final pieces on here. We got one more 4 and another single piece. Oh, 2 more single pieces. And then another 4. All right. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right, so now we got to put two of these duos on top. They're going to sit there. Then we got this guy. I wonder if these are like air vents or something. Or if maybe they're going to connect to like a picture or something like that. And then a 3. And then another 3. Then a 4. Then another 4, and then a 1. All right. Beautiful. And then you finish it up with the last little pieces here. That'll go here. Well, actually, no. Oh, kind of tricky. All right, that's all of them. And then the last little thing we do is we put this little piece here. We put number 44 on it, which is just another little landscape photo. Looks like a lake. All right. Little photo there. And then we put that in the corner that we made here earlier. So this whole corner that we have, I guess it just kind of sits there. Hopefully. Oh, please work. Am I supposed to just like press it down? Why is it like... Oh, chat. Oh, chat. This is not working out. Like I messed something up. Oh, and our characters are flying everywhere. Oh, I think I messed it up. I had to start over. Okay. So, I'm supposed to just... I feel like there's a piece that's not supposed to be here. Oh, my little plant fell. The plant that has been so reluctant to stay. Ugh. Okay. I think this... I don't know if this piece is supposed to be here. All right, that's better. Then it makes me wonder if this piece was actually supposed to go under here. Under this piece. But then it... Like, does it like connect? Oh, it like slides in. Oh, that's fun. Chat, look at that. Those little railings that we had before. The little railings that we built here. It just kind of slides in to the spot. This is what we have so far. The front door. The hallway. Pam's desk. The little main area. That's kind of neat. I love it. Oh, the monitor fell down too. Holy moly. This whole office is coming apart. Okay. All right. I don't know where to put this lamp. I think it goes here. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Now, the thing that confuses me is it doesn't tell me where like Meredith or Creed are supposed to go. It just tells me to build this room, which we did. We are getting close to the end though. Not super close, but close enough. So, let's try bag number 9. All right, bag number 9. Looks like we're making... Oh, we're making We're making Kelly and Ryan. So this has got to be the annex. It's got to be. All right, so let's see where our characters are. So we got Ryan here. We got Kelly. We got the legs. We got the hair. I don't know where the rest of it is. Oh, here it is. We're missing Ryan's hair, though. Definitely missing something. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Okay, so I guess this is the one extra bag is for Kelly because we need the head, right? And then the hair. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then this other one is for Ryan. I don't know how anyone builds Legos quietly, chat. I just don't get it. They're so loud. Okay. I love how they have Ryan two ways. They have like temp Ryan, and then you could turn his head around and you could get corporate Ryan when he has the goatee. Oh gosh, I love it. I love it. All right, so we need 2 blocks. Let's see. This one is going to be 33. Wait, which one's 33? Oh, here we go. I love this one. It's a happy birthday Kelly, but it's spelled wrong from the customer survey episode. Chad, I don't think you understand how much I watch The Office. I can't even tell you how many times over I've watched it. That's how many times I've watched it. Too many. Too many to the point where I don't even know how many times I've seen it. Like, I've seen it a lot. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. Let's see. So how do I get her to hold this one? Goodness. Work, please. Chat, it's not working. It's not working. My friend's got me a friend's Lego set that I haven't put together. Oh my gosh, you totally should. I bet there's a ton of lore and like little Easter eggs in that one. Yeah, it's not working. I can never get them to just hold the items, you know? I guess it really is just supposed to sit. All right, so what is Ryan holding? It's like a videotape. Yeah, I don't know where this one is. So we got this one, and we got to put a bunch of smaller little buttons here. This is harder than it looks. Harder than it looks, chat. It's weird because it's like he's holding something, but it doesn't tell us. It doesn't tell us what. There's like a camera or a videotape or something, but I don't know. It doesn't tell me which number I need to even make it. So I am a wee bit lost, a wee bit. All right, we have this. Let's just, I guess we'll just go with what we have. Then we'll try to build it from there. Okay, so okay, I think I found it. I think I found it. Oh no, I guess this videotape is supposed to go here. Okay, this is the thing he's holding. It's like a remote. Or maybe it's his phone. It's something. All right, so now we need Oh, I need some sort of ramp, like a ramp piece. I think that's this one. Yeah, I think this is it. All right. And then we put all of that together. I think with this one. Or maybe it's this one. Okay. So I think that's good. Now it wants us to put together some sort of poster. So we got 3 pieces here. 1, 2, and 3. Each representing 1. We need 28, 36, and 31. So we have 36. Yeah. So that's for this guy here. This is for their rap video that they did. Very, very funny. It's a good episode. 28, which I love also. One of the best cold opens with the DVD sign hitting the corner. I think if you grew up in that area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was epic. If I could just get the piece to stay. All right. And then 31, which is from I think this is the episode where Dwight beats the computer. And Michael thought he was going to New York, but it was like a viewing party. Okay. So we got that. And I guess we can choose which one we want to put on the screen. So I guess that's what this is. And then it sits on top here. And so you could take them off. And you could show which movie you want to watch, which is kind of cool. And then it just goes in the corner. I don't know what you do with the other ones though. Like the ones that you're not using. I'll just like tuck them there for a minute. All right, so now we need 2 of these like flat pieces, and then we need a couple of these twisty pieces. All right. It's looking good. I don't know what this is, but I like it. I think I'm going to use is this it? And then a hook. Like a hook piece. I think that's it. And then just gonna hook those two pieces together. And then, oh, it needs to have like a bottom piece. I think that's this. Oh no, it's this one. Okay, so it can act as like a little stand of sorts, I guess. And then we put 37 on that one. All right, so I guess we have to make 2 of these though. I suppose we just do the same thing. Wait, I don't think I have another one of those. Oh no, chat, I think I'm missing one. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe these just swap out if you want to. But you don't need to. But like you can have to. I'm late, but I see Legos. Yeah, we're just building a little Lego set. That's all. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Thought I would bring back some of the art streams. We used to do them way back when. I haven't felt very inspired much this year. But I just thought it could be a nice little escape from our normal streaming routine. You know, nice little mix up. You know, I'm just gonna leave it because I'm gonna mess it up. All right, so you have 2 different things you could use. We're choosing to use this one here. Like, is this supposed to hit the ground? Some of them I can't tell if they're actually like sticking. All right. That'll do. I think that's fine. We don't have to think too much about it, you know? Right, and then it has let's see. I guess that's these. So these are the conference room chairs. So what we were building before was actually the conference room, which I don't know why I thought it was the annex. I think maybe because I thought originally that it was Toby, but it was not. Chad, how are we enjoying the calmness of the art stream? Are we enjoying it? I would love to do these more frequently, but only if you actually enjoy them. I can't see too good. I posted a pic of my Lego set in Discord. Oh, nice. I'll have to take a look at that. All right, so we're just going to put these 6 seats in this area. And so I think we're just going to line them up next to each other. And I think we skip a row. And then yeah, I think it's better. All right. We have the conference room. I think. I probably could have. It looks like there's a row. I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll just leave it. All right. So from there, I like the change of pace. It's very nice. I'm already sleepy. Well, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. You know, chat, sometimes we choose the chaotic lifestyle. Sometimes the Cubs can be a little riley, you know? But sometimes, you know, we like to take a break from all that. We like to just have a nice little cozy escape. And, you know, maybe you're someone that's, you know, you like to do tasks alongside fellow Cubs. To that I say, that's wonderful. So maybe you're doing a task alongside us. Maybe you're finishing up work or still in the thick of it. But the goal was really just to create a little bit of that relaxing comfort for you. Maybe you don't even catch this until later in the day, in the evening. You know? To that I say, all right. I don't know what this thing wants us to do. But it looks like it goes right here on the wall that we built earlier. Oh, am I missing a piece? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had to put a piece here because then we're going to put this here. All right. So then this is what we have. We got our little wall thing built. Now we're looking over here. We're going to put up a 3, this beige color, to kind of tie them together. And then we're going to put 2 singles on the left and right side. No, it fell. No. Chat. It's stuck. All right. All right, there we go. I lost my posters though. We had 2 videos. There There's one, and the other one I can't find. Okay. No worries. Like, maybe I'll just, like, stick them on the floor there. Oh, here we go. I did the adult task of unloading the dishwasher before I did the fun thing of sitting down with food to watch stream. Oh, nice. Adulting is always hard. We're proud of you. If it wasn't so hot, I probably would have fallen asleep already. Chad, I hope we're all hydrating today, okay? I know that heat wave is intense. But I hope you're taking care of yourself. So for this window, we need 53. These are going to be the conference room windows. So there's window 1. Wait, how many do I need? There's 51. We need 52. Man, these things, like, they're tough to put on, even tougher to take off. Goodness. All right, we're just going to leave it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so once we put that there, then we put it in one of these door hinges. One of these door hinge thingies. If we can actually get it to work. All right. Little door hinge. Nice. Door hinge thing. And I guess we do the same thing for this one. All right. Pretty easy. That's 1 and 2. And then 1 is a door, which I guess is the door to the conference room. All right. So now oh, this is the door to Michael's office. So we've got 1 here. We've got 1 here. Oh no, it's upside down. Oh no, it's upside down. Rip. How do I get it out? Oh, there we go. It's upside down. So it has to be this way. Okay. Number 2. And then number 3. But I think Daryl's in the way. How does an office door open? This might be backwards. Trying to think. How does an office door open? Because the office door typically opens, you open it this way. So you would open the door, right? I think. But then why does it look backwards? I wonder if I'm supposed to put it this way. That feels backwards. Maybe it would look better with an actual doorknob. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Chad, what the heck? This door. The thing is, if you try to put doorknob on it, I don't think it works. I think it can never like fully be closed as long as you have a doorknob. Okay. So I think it's supposed to go like that. That's a little better. That's better. All right. Well, that was a doozy. All right, so I think that's good. Now this one. So I guess you have to do the same thing again. So we had a 53, a 52. You have to put them on again for another set of windows. Chad, I wanted to finish this one. I wanted to do this one for a long time. Just never really, I don't know. Life gets in the way, I guess. But it's nice to feel like we're actually making some progress on it. This is the most progress I've ever done. So I'm just going to put this one here. Then this window, we're going to put here. And then this door with the door hinge How do I? I know we're only on Wednesday, but do you have a stream forecast for next week? It'll probably be the same. It'll probably be Monday. Probably be Wednesday. And yeah, I think that's as far as I got right now. How do I? This is not working. I think these doors might actually be the hardest part. I wish we could have streams every day. As do I. As do I. Where? This door is not agreeing with me. Like, am I just doing it wrong? I mean, it's possible. And Mossy, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. All right, I think I got it. All right. So now... Oh no, the door won't open the right way. Rip. Are you partnered? No. No, we're not. But who knows, you know, one day. One day. How do you get this door to open the right way? If I were to put the door here, every time I do it, I get the doors to open on the wrong side. What? Holy moly. Chat, this office room, it may be doorless. There may not be a door. Right, so it can go in the same way. It just needs to, I think, flip. Okay. All right. It's going to be like that. It's gonna be like that. We just gotta bother Twitch. Oh boy, yeah, I wish. The door disappearing for no reason feels like an Office episode. I think it would be very on brand. All right, and then the last window. All right, there we go. Looks pretty good. So now we tie it all together with these really long pieces and then a couple of duos. We got one here and then a really long piece. Another really long piece. Okay. Oh, it's coming together. It's coming together. And then we got these flat pieces here. And these will... I guess it looks like someone's stepping into an office. Yeah. All right, so we got this one here. We've got this one. This one. This one. This one. And then this one. Wait, no. This one. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, so chat, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Oh my gosh, they actually have a fire, a trash can on fire thing. That's so good. It's from the fire trash can episode. Oh, I love it. I love it. Wait, is there a new Scrubs? Okay, so now we need... Oh, so this lamp doesn't even go here. I don't know where to put it. And it's missing the little yellow part, the actual lamp. I dropped it at the start of stream, and I don't know where I put it. So we need this. We need... Let's see, we need a... Where's the one of the flat ones? Okay, I think we need this one. And then... It's like a pot. It like... Put a little plant in there. Uh-huh. And that goes next to the couch. All right. So now we need one of these little these little flat pieces, and then one of these, and then we need one of these, and then we need another one of these. And then another one of these. And then it's like a bookshelf. It's kind of fun. All right. Looking good. Looking good. All right. So now we put this piece on top. And then we need a room for a stapler. We need one of these. And then I guess this acts like a little stapler. And then take one of these pieces, and this one, and this one, and this one, and then there's a blue one too. Oh, these must be books. And then those go on top. Pretty nice. I like it. I like it. Rose, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I can't stay, but wanted to see which set you're doing. The Office? Yeah, this is an Office set, which was one of my favorite shows. Oh, and then you put it right here next to the fire. That seems safe. Very accurate though. Oh. Trying to get some of these pieces to stay. That's the real challenge. That's the real challenge. All right. Here we go. So now we have a little plant. So we'll take one of these. We need number 2. Or number 9. And then that's going to go on the wall here. If I can actually get it to stay. There we go. Time for another leafy plant sort of combination thing. And that's going to go on the other side of the bookshelf. if we can actually get it to stay. Chat, it doesn't want to stay. There we go. All right. I think we're getting it. Imagine doing this while watching The Office. I know, you think that's what I should have done? You think I should have done that? Let's see how much is left. Oh my gosh, there's so many. You have to do Stanley's desk. I gotta do Phyllis's desk. And then I think then the finishing touches on The Office. My goodness. That is a lot. That is quite a lot. Let's see. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to... What am I supposed to do with these other pieces? I guess they're just extras. Oh no, they were supposed to go on top. How'd I miss that? Oh yeah, I did. I missed where it said to do that. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh no, not this one. Oh, I guess that's what this piece is for. Goes and fills the gap here. And then you could put this piece on. Oh, okay. All right. Very nice. All right. So this should be the final bag. This should be the last one. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it in time, but hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to give it the good old college try. And then we got this last one here. Okay. So I always try to build the characters first. So we'll get Phyllis, and then we got to get Stanley as well. Let's see, there we go. Why are the legs always the hardest part to find? Jeez Louise. All right, so we got Stanley. And then we got Phyllis. All right, and it looks like Stanley is holding a pretzel because of course. Because of course, you can't forget about Pretzel Day, chat. Can never forget about Pretzel Day. I don't know where the pretzels are, but... Oh, there we go. So he's holding a pretzel. Adorable. Adorable. And he's holding some sort of clipboard or something. I don't see it though. I don't see It's like let's see. Oh, here it is. And then we have to put number 41 on it. I've never. Oh, it's a crossword puzzle. Oh my gosh. I love it. Because Stanley's always doing his crosswords. All right, good stuff. And then Phyllis was holding some sort of, I don't even know what this thing is. It's like a, oh, it's a knitting set. It's like a knitting needle. Yeah. That's fun. So it's a little knitting needle. All right. And then, oh yeah, because that's the rest of it. Okay, so we need this one, I think. Pretty sure. And then we have to put number 48 on it. Yeah, and this is yarn and stuff. Except I can't get it out of the thing. All right, so we're looking pretty good there. It's coming together. Let's see. It's coming together, chat. So I will hold on to this one. Yeah, some of these pieces really don't stay well. But we're doing our best, you know? We're doing our best. All right. Yeah, I guess it's going to be up to us to put the characters where we want them to be. Because I don't really know. It doesn't tell us anything about where to put them, so I guess we kind of have free reign of where we want our characters to be, which is kind of fun. All right, and then of course you got some bins, and in those bins you got some drawers. We got some cabinets here. We got some cabinets here. Good stuff, good stuff. There's a third set and probably a fourth set of cabinets, I would imagine. Maybe just 3. Interesting. And of course we got that one. And then we bring it all together with this piece. Cabinets. And then it wants us to put like keyboards and stuff. I don't know where keyboards are. Yeah, I don't see any keyboards. We could try to just use We'll just use what we can find. And then I'll try to find those other pieces later. This one. So there's one for the phone. There's one that's kind of like... Actually, I don't think this is the right piece. Yeah, I don't think this is the right piece. Unfortunately. But I don't know which one is the right piece. I know this one goes here. And then this is where we put the phone. Right? Also, I still don't see the keyboard. Oh, Chad, I found it. I found it. We got ourselves a keyboard. Except I think everything needs to be shuffled over. Shuffled down at least one. Oh, I think I just need one of those single gray pieces. Like one of these. Okay. There's one. And then of course you got to do the... Got to get the monitor going. I think doing the monitors might be my least favorite part. Just because the pieces are so tiny, I don't even know what I'm looking for. All right, I think I got it. Okay. I think it's this, right? No, of course not. I don't know. I don't know if this is it. Maybe it is. And then you put the yellow light on it. And then you put this here. Right? And then that acts as a little extra lighting. And then we need a little monitor, which is here. And that's going to hook onto one of those other pieces, one of these. And then we need something for it to stand on, though. I think this is it. Yeah, okay. And then you got to put number 32. Nice. Try not to get too cozy. All All right, so this desk is done, and it's gonna go. Oh, I wonder if this is Andy's desk. Either way, we're just gonna leave it right there for now. It's mostly done. All right, so now we build the second one. It's mostly done. Yeah, I think we're building all 3 desks. And then you get one that... Yeah, I think we need 3 desks. Yeah. Yeah. We sure do. We sure do, chat. Little flower here. Let's see. We need a phone and a square. Oh no. We need the other phone. Other phone and a square and 49. If I can find it. There's so many little numbers. I guess it's for all of the phones. All right, so then the phone goes... Forgot I have to put this piece on. The phone goes here. And then we get another one of these. Right, and then we put the phone on this one. Once we get this piece. Actually, no, I think it's supposed to be gray. So it's this one. There we go. I think. Not too sure. And then we need a mouse pad because you got to have a mouse pad. And then you got to have a keyboard, of course. Gots to have a keyboard. And then we got to have one of these pieces. Right? Then we need one of these. And then we need one of those little hook pieces. Oh no, I lost it. Oh no, rip. Chad, I lost it. Well, that is not great. Don't know where it is. Oh, I got it. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh. This is a very tiny piece. Very tiny. Okay. We need a monitor to go on that piece like so. And then that goes on the desk. And then, of course, we use the same number. Wait, what number? We need 16. There we go. So we know that this is Phyllis's desk because it has Bob Vance refrigeration. Perfect. So that desk is going to end up going over here. Ah, the monitor already fell off. Not great. All right. Great. So now we build the third desk. This is obviously going to be Stanley's desk. Um, so we'll get that, and then these pieces. This, and then these. And then one piece to tie them together. I guess once we have this piece in too. Great. So that'll be the third desk, and that's going to end up going there. But then we also want to have this piece and then a green piece. Great. And so this bookshelf is actually going to go connect and hold these two desks together. Beautiful. So this is going to be Stanley's desk. So of course we got to have a little phone spot here. Got to have one. Let's see. One little phone spot, and then been using the same numbers for that for a while for all the other phones. Right? Then of course you got to have a mug, you got to have a mouse. Gots to have another keyboard. Let's see. Where's the... Okay. Gotta have a spot here for that. He has a lot of random stuff. Oh, it's a model train. And that's gonna go in the corner. Wonderful. And then of course you gotta have, where's the little hook thing? There we go. For the phone. Right, that's gonna go here in the corner once we get the final monitor up. So we got this piece, and that's gonna go right here with, of course, the hook connected to the monitor. And then let's see, number 1 it says. And then that's going to go there. All right. And then we're going to put four of these white blocks together. Or I guess it's 5. 5. And then one on this end. And one here. And then this flat piece on top. Actually, I guess one of these here. And then here. And then a flat piece. Oh, I guess it's gonna have, there's gonna be some more pictures and things. Or at least I think this, I think this is the piece we're supposed to use. Pretty sure. So I'm going to end up putting 20, which is here, more certificates. That's going to go here. Like, we don't have to make it perfect, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the other one is 19. I think that's the piece I need, right? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. All right, so that's gonna go in the corner. And then it looks like what's left is just a few. Yeah, it looks like what's left is just a few random combination pieces that are just gonna make some bookshelves that are gonna go around to finish up this area. So another bookshelf will go here, and then we'd put a seat over here. So this would be Andy's seat. That's gonna go over here. But you gotta make 3 of those. Oh, so you need 3. Oh, well, yeah, I guess everyone needs a seat, right? So you gotta have a seat there. And then, of course, you gotta have a seat here. Rose, thanks so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And thank you so much for using your Prime here. Way too kind. Thank you, thank you. Can't wait to hang out in the next one. So you got 2 seats there. Everybody's got a seat now. And then it looks like all that would be left would be some final touches. And then in the end, this is what we'll be left with. So I'm really excited about it. I did think that there was, when I was building this, I didn't think we'd finish it. I mean, outside of the final page, we're pretty much done. We're left with a lot of extra pieces. But you got Michael's, here, let me just show you. You got Michael's office, of course, and there's a lot of lore and a lot of little Easter eggs in here. And of course, you got the conference room. You got the conference room. I think the final thing too will probably be able, I guess I thought there'd be a wall here, but I guess not. I guess because there isn't a wall in the show, it's just, this would be like file cabinets and stuff. Well, I guess there is a wall here, but this leads to the annex, and the kitchen would be here. So I guess if there was like a super mega model, there'd be like a kitchen area on this side, and then the annex, and then of course on this other side, adjacent to where Pam's office is, you'd have Angela's desk and Oscar and Kevin, and like those characters, you definitely we got models for them. Like you got Oscar, but didn't get their little section, which I think was interesting. But I think that's the only thing that's missing. Well, also Creed and Meredith's spots are not here either. But this is really just like the main part of the office. Even in the final picture, it doesn't seem like it mentions anything about, yeah, even in the final picture, it doesn't mention like those areas. So it really is just like a replica of the main part of the office. And like, I guess you could put the other characters around if you really wanted to, but that's about it. Anyway, chat, that is all the time that we have today. I appreciate you for indulging me a little bit as we dove into something a little bit different. I was hoping to have a little bit more time to do some perfection, but as you might have expected, this took a little bit longer than I would have anticipated. But I still had a great time. We got coloring streams coming soon, probably more Lego sets that I'd like to do in the future. Maybe not as massive as this one, but at some point it would be nice to do some more Lego things, coloring stuff, and probably maybe trying some other fun little new activities. But it's something I want to incorporate more of into the stream. So really let me know in the Discord or wherever you choose, your thoughts on this and how we can make them come even more comfy in the future. And yeah, any feedback we can get on this type of stream would be really helpful. But in the next time we do one of these, we'll probably end up doing like a adult coloring book or something like that. I do enjoy coloring. It's a lot of fun. So would love to bring more of that sort of activity stuff to the streams. And then of course, chasing perfection. That's always the goal. Anyway, chat, you all have been fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. Until then, try to stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay you. I'll see you in the next one.